Hi guys, Alice Taylor here, and today we're going to compare the Ping G30 against the new Ping G iron. So when you look at the two clubs in the back, there's kind of very different technology, and certainly the technology in the G iron, they're talking about giving more ball speed off more of the club face, therefore should hit the ball further. When we look at the clubs behind the golf ball, we can see G's probably slightly thicker top line, but certainly the colouring on or the finish on the G iron, I think definitely makes it look a little bit smaller, a little bit more appealing maybe to the better player as well. So guys, we've got 7-iron. Loft on both 7-irons is 30.5 degrees, so exactly the same setup with loft. I'm going to use the same shaft in both of these. So it's the new AWT 2.0, stiff shaft, ½ inch longer in both of these, and both at green spot. So we're going to be very, very, almost as identical as I can get these. We're going to hit 5 shots on flight scope. You probably see the snow in the corner, and I've got woolly hat on. It's freezing down here today, but we're on normalized mode, so the temperature's not going to affect ball flight at all. We're going to hit 5 shots with each and just give you guys a little bit of feedback as to kind of which club maybe performs the better. So I have done separate videos on both of these irons, just reviewing them individually. And we're going to start with the G30. So this, certainly 2015, was a massive selling iron. Hit the ball good distance, very, very forgiving, and very stable on shots. Now, when I hit this club, it's probably not one that I would personally have gone for, but it feels hard off the face. It's a cast club, so it's going to feel hard. But certainly as I test new products, and I test a lot of products, maybe where this, not let itself down, but maybe didn't compare with some of the manufacturers, just with guys hitting the shots, is the ball didn't feel massively quick off the club face. And I've just done the review on the G iron, and I do think G feels quicker. Now, obviously I'm fortunate I've got some great technology here, so feel is a personal thing. We can look at numbers and see whether that's coming quicker off the face. But G iron, you know, very good, hits it high, hits it long. And you've only got to look, I mean, not just down here at Heron's Reach, but throughout the marketplace, the G30 was a phenomenally good selling iron, performed well, and that's why I think it got Iron of the Year from a lot of the magazines out there. So 5 really good solid ones with G30. To be fair, you don't necessarily have to be hitting it out the middle of the club face with G30 to see that good solid performance. So we're going to switch them over, put the G iron in play. And like I said, I think G30 was good and we sold a lot of it. The only little sticking point I think that Ping have always had with that model of club for them is I think the guy that wanted the really nice looking iron wasn't sold on the looks, but I do think G iron just addresses that perfectly. It's a great looking club, and for me it definitely feels quicker off the face. I mean, it's hard to tell just visually there whether they're going further, but definitely looks wise, I think hands down this one wins. I think it still feels hard, but definitely feels quicker off the face. And I know from a previous number, this again hits it very high, very long. I mean, I did mention on my review video for this, and I think I mentioned it on G30 as well, the manufacturers are definitely going to get a little bit more distance from the lofts being strong, but Ping aren't alone on that. You know, other manufacturers have moved to these kind of lofts a lot earlier than Ping. So I think Ping are doing it to compete. And certainly with the technology in the G iron, they're able to move that center of gravity down. Well, I don't think you'd be disappointed with either of these irons. Some of the guys, really like the latest one. Ping never discontinue a product and dump it on the market. So, the G iron's just about to come out. I think it's coming out in about 3 weeks. Obviously, some of you guys will be watching this video when it's already out. But G30 will continue in the line until they run out of stock. And again, just fantastic. I mean, for me, visually, look very similar on the flights. Looks-wise, G looks fantastic. Feel-wise, again, I think G improves on that. But let's look at numbers. Let's look at what the scientific side tells us to see which one performs better. Right, guys, so, I mean, I talk about this a lot with the modern clubs. Performance, very, very similar. 177 against 174. So not really seeing any big jump out distance improvement. I think looking at that, I swung the G fractionally quicker and had more ball speed. Now, I didn't necessarily try and swing any different, and that's over, 5 shots each. But the G iron spinning a little bit more and just launching a little higher and hitting it a bit higher over those shots. Obviously, just with my golf swing, but certainly for there is a teeny tiny bit better performance in there. Okay, guys, so we've looked at G30 and G iron against each other. I mean, specs of the club, identical. If we go on numbers that we looked on Flight Scope, they are very, very similar. Definitely felt, and I looked through the shots, I did get the odd one with a bit more ball speed with G. Could argue that was a couple of miles an hour quicker with my swing, possibly that was it. But it felt like it came off quicker, and I did see more ball speed with that club. Just based on numbers, would I change from G30 to G? Me personally, I wouldn't on numbers. Would I change club based on looks and feel? Yes, I would, if that was the main criteria for me. But when I look at G against G30, performance-wise, they are very, very similar. I mean, you guys need to hit them yourselves and see if it's as close for you. They are very, very similar, but hands down for me, G is an improvement on looks and feel. And for me, that's what Ping are going for with this. They're trying to, I think, take this model, the G range of iron, to a wider audience. So as ever, Ping have done a fantastic job with this. They always do bring great products out. I think I mentioned on the review video for the G iron, because this is a fitting iron, there's no ferrule on here, but there will be a ferrule on the actual iron. So again, it's starting to look a bit more like a classic golf club as opposed to a classic Ping golf club. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Might make 1 or 2 of you change to G, possibly. I think if you're already on G30, you might be very happy with how that's performing anyway. But thank you for watching. Leave any comments below. I am going to be testing the G iron against lots and lots of the new products, seeing how it stacks up. Hopefully see some of you guys down here at Heron's Reach in the future. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And most importantly, stay in contact.